Hey Insulators, we are on site here with CPI, and this is Jayson Collado. He's been a customer of ours for a few years now. He is extremely good at training his crews and making sure that they know what they're doing. And we're with him on site today to create some videos. We'll give you some good training tips for your crew. So when you're on a job site, remember to have an idea of how the house is laid out. When you're in an attic, it's a big square and it's all covered, and you really need to know where the garage is and where the porches are, because you don't want to insulate those. Unless somebody asks you to insulate the garage, you don't want to insulate it. But definitely don't insulate the porches. It's a waste of material and money. So this house is a great example. They have a garage here that's inset. They also have a porch that is here on the front corner. Now with this house, they also have a porch on the back corner. So when you're coming to a new job, you're unfamiliar with the layout of the house, make sure that you walk around and find out where these things are located. So now that you're in the attic, you know how the house is laid out. You're going to see top plates everywhere. Get used to knowing where the garage and the porch begin. They'll always have top plates that go around those, but you got to know where those porches are. So when you're blowing these attics, I highly recommend high traction shoes, especially if there's fiberglass bed in here already. It can be real slippery. As you're making your way through an attic like this, it's tight, there's stringers everywhere. Be very careful to make sure you're grabbing something that is anchored in very well. This is nailed in quite well and very sturdy. Don't put your weight on it until you really know, because some of them can be loose. Make sure that you have rulers at every corner of your attic, and especially at the access hole. We're starting at the very back corner of this house, working our way toward the hole. The key is this: don't jump from one section to another. Always work your way back. Notice how that ruler is there. He's using that to create a mound to get his measurement. Then he goes to the other ruler to create another mound, and then he's filling the valley in between. When you're blowing, don't just stand on one, but center yourself to the trusses like he's doing right there. He's not blowing one run, he's blowing multiple runs at the same time. So standing in between 3 runs, you can get one on the right-hand side, one in the middle, and then one on the left. Notice he will shake the hose a little bit here and there. That's just to get it a level blow. It throws it out about 8 to 10 feet. And then when you need to get something that's really close to you, you're going to cup the material with your hand, as he's doing right there. And since we have ventilation going on here, it's very important that you keep the insulation from out of it. See how he's feathering it back and he's not blowing it down into the soffit area. He's using his hand to control the strength of the blow so that he does not overblow. The key to blowing level is keeping your stream out consistently. You're not jiggling back and forth, you're working it slowly. And as you can see here, if he needs to break the velocity, he uses his hand. Otherwise, letting it flow out at full speed is helpful to make a nice level job. I see on the internet where a lot of guys are using laser levels. They're an expensive item. I don't really recommend them, as much as you gotta have the rulers in the attic anyway. Train your guys to blow the mound up to the level where it needs to be on each of the rulers, and then teach them how to fill in those valleys. Over time, you will be able to actually know the depth by experience. Always have those rulers in place. One of the nice things about having the wireless remote is that you can shut it off and turn it on to rearrange in the attic. So you can see he's not herky-jerky, he's just letting it blow. And that's the key. You're jumping all over the place, you don't get a smooth spray. Once in a while, you're gonna have to cup your hand over it. As you can see, he's centered in the middle of 3. So he's able to get all 3 at the same time, minimizing his movements in the attic. He's not having to run all over the place. He's blowing just a little bit under the ruler, just to kind of get a mark here for himself as far as the depth and the evenness, and then he'll go back over and top it off. That's his technique. It's not the only technique, but it works well for him, and yeah, he does good work. So we're not here to train on right technique, we're here to train on the right results, because there really is no right technique for any of this. Every attic's going to be different. This one's a little bit nasty because it's got an octopus in the middle of it. Up north, we didn't have too much of this. Down south, they have quite a bit of it. And for Florida, this is actually a nice size attic to work in. You can actually almost stand up in it. Sometimes you don't get that. There are different types of masks. See, Jason's wearing an N95. At least it's an N95. That's what you need to aim for. He's wearing a more like a vapor particulate mask. I'm wearing one of those P100s. So the key to getting a nice even blow is to do what Jason's doing here, is just letting it blow out, not in a rush. We're just going back and forth and making it even.